Lesson number 5. Okay, so now that we have everything that we need, let me show you what the outcome will look like if you follow this course to the letter. Okay, so here's an example. Now, this is an example of what I have on my niche, which is internet marketing. This is just an example, by the way, so you don't try to copy it or anything. Okay, so name's Kevin, age is 30, gender male, status married with 2 kids, income would be 65,000 and above, education would be college level. So you're gonna see here that I also included like a backstory for Kevin. So just a snippet. I wrote here, Kevin works 5 times in a week, 9 hours a day in an advertising company as a clerk. He doesn't really enjoy his work, he just do it so he can provide a better future for his 2 sons. Now, he's been trying to make money online for almost a year now, but it seems as if he's not getting anywhere. Although he knows that earning online isn't overnight, he grows frustrated every single day that passes when everything he tries doesn't seem to produce results he was promised to have on the internet marketing courses he's bought from the so-called gurus. Now, he has bought a ton of courses online, and so far he's got nothing to show for it. Kevin is as determined as ever to make this whole thing work. He's now able to distinguish what quality offers from bullshit sellers who are only out to get his money. He has more or less an idea of what works and what doesn't. Now, his deepest desire is to be able to live the internet marketing lifestyle and to be able to spend more time with his family without the financial worries. He's lost and wants to have an actionable system that he can follow to achieve his dreams. He's afraid of not being able to make it after all the hardship he's been through trying to learn internet marketing. But right now, all he needs is a little push in the right direction and is looking for someone to show him the way because he's willing to give it all he's got. Now, it is important that you get this down and not to be lazy in doing your research. Just imagine being able to craft offers, emails, sales copy that drills down and talks directly to that guy right there. Now, that moment when your customer can say, hey, this guy gets me, that is one powerful way of positioning yourself, and that kind of positioning attracts money. Now imagine being able to bring things into the table that you otherwise would not know by a long shot if you just chose your niche and forgot all about market research. Now, don't you think you'll be able to craft better offers to this guy now? Now that you know his weakness, his strengths, his desire, don't you think you'll be able to push his emotional buttons, which affects his purchasing decision? Your avatar is a fictional representation of your most ideal customer. It's a lot easier to blog, write a copy, and do every single thing in your business when you only think of that one person. In fact, you can create multiple avatars, and I do that for every age group. But for now, just concentrate on making one. Here's another mind-blowing info. One potent way to use the information you have gathered here is through mirroring. What's mirroring, you say? Mirroring, say you found that most of your prospects or customers are married, and most of them have at least one kid in the household. Mirroring would be you nonchalantly mentioning throughout your marketing that you also are married and have a kid of your own whenever you have a chance to share your own story. Well, that's assuming that it is true that you also have a kid and a wife. Now, why? It's like making your prospects look in the mirror and imagine their life through you. The more affinity you have with your customers, the better and easier for them to relate to your marketing messages and vice versa. Just think about the power of being able to make your prospects think about his success just because he identified with you. If I was your customer and you're doing mirroring, I'd be thinking, well, we're both family guys. What makes him better than me? Maybe I should also try out what he's teaching. Or if he can do that, I could too. Talk to a consultant or someone doing sales as a profession. They do this every single time. There are literally a bunch of emotional and psychological hot buttons that you can deploy anytime, and I discuss a lot of these buttons in my upcoming course. But truth be told, no matter how many buttons you push, if it's not the right kind of button, then there's no sense in even mentioning them. Now, most of the times when I do sales copy for other people, since I do copywriting as a side gig, aside from being a research specialist, when I ask them, so who are we targeting? Who are your prospects? You know what kind of answers I get? Every real estate agents, or those who live in the US. And worse, some would even say, I don't know. What'd you think? I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm just stating the fact that if you had a badass copywriter by your side and you've done your homework, your copywriter is going to have a heyday crafting money-making sales pages in no time. Now, if you can't see the power in what we just accomplished, then there's probably something wrong with you. Also, that's the end of this course. I know you know the way that going through this process. If anything, I want you to be more consistent and don't do the whole research phase in just one day. I know that one can get pretty excited, but once that excitement wears off, it could get pretty boring, because it is. The process should take you about a week or two at least if you're being meticulous. Now, for better results, I would advise you to go through this course one lesson a day. A hurried research is almost the same as no research at all. Now, do this for at least 45 minutes every single day, and if you plan on going to go further than that, take a break of 30 minutes, then go for another 45 minutes. You'd be surprised how it all comes together in the end. Now listen, the whole idea of this system is to get your marketing message targeted and ready so that when it's time to make the sale or to maximize conversions, it's going to be effortless. Now, if you're still in doubt how this will help your business, just ask any recognized copywriter in your field how important this is in your business and prepare to be surprised. I should know. I'm the one they asked if the research of your client didn't do any. So that's it for this lesson.